Now let us draw the molecular orbitals of 1,3-butadiene. In butadiene there are 2 pi bonds and 4 sp2 carbons. There are 4 carbons and each carbon is sp2 hybridized. So there are 4 unhybridized p orbitals. These 4 unhybridized p orbitals involve in LCAO to form 4 molecular orbitals Psi1, Psi2, Psi2, Psi3, Psi4. And we know that on Psi1, Psi3 and Psi5 same sign lobes on the end p orbitals. On end p orbitals same sign lobes will be on same side. So plus is upward here, plus is upward here. On Psi3 also same sign lobes will be on same side. Plus sign lobe will be upwards and plus sign lobe here also upwards. On 2 and 4 plus sign lobes should be on opposite side. Plus is upward here, plus is downward here. For Psi4 also plus is upward here and plus is downward here. And remaining p orbitals we have to draw now. Draw the remaining p orbitals satisfying symmetry and number of nodes criteria. In Psi1 there are no nodes, so write all positive lobes on upper side. So the number of nodes in Psi1 is 0. In Psi2 the number of nodes should be 1. So we already fixed the sign of lobes on outer or terminal orbitals. Now we have to draw only inside orbitals. Draw inside orbitals in such a way that sigma should be absent and C2 should be present, and it should lead to formation of only one node. So here if we draw in this way only, that will lead to the formation of only one node. Here plus plus overlap, so there is no node. Minus minus overlap, no node. Whereas here plus and minus are overlapping, so it leads to formation of one node. So number of nodes in Psi2 is 1. And again in Psi3 terminal orbital signs we have already given as plus upwards here, plus also upward here, and internal or middle two lobes should be given sign either plus upwards or minus upwards based on the criteria sigma and C2, and number of lobes nodes should be 2. So here you observe that plus minus overlap, so it will give a node, and here also plus minus overlap, it will also give a node, whereas here minus minus overlap, so there is no node. Here it will form a node, here also it will form a node. Here minus minus overlap, so there is no node here, and number of nodes here are 2. On Psi4 also plus minus overlap, so node here, again minus plus overlap, so node here, plus minus overlap, so node here. So number of nodes here are 3. And these are the molecular orbitals of butadiene. So 4 molecular orbitals we obtained, and Psi1 is the lowest energy molecular orbital, and Psi4, this is Psi4, is highest energy molecular orbital. In butadiene there are 2 pi bonds, so there are 4 pi electrons. Now fill these 4 pi electrons in these pi molecular orbitals. So fill 2 electrons in Psi1 and fill another 2 electrons in Psi2. Psi1 and Psi2 are the orbitals occupied with electrons, whereas Psi3 and Psi4 are not occupied with electrons. Among the occupied molecular orbital, the orbital which is having highest energy is called as highest occupied molecular orbital, or HOMO. So Psi1 and Psi2 are occupied with electrons, and Psi2 is having highest energy, so Psi2 is called as HOMO. And Psi3 and Psi4 are vacant, they are not occupied by electrons, and of these two, Psi3 and Psi4, Psi3 is having lowest energy, so Psi3 is called as lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, or LUMO. So, and this is the electronic configuration of 1,3-butadiene in ground state. In the presence of light, this is the electronic configuration of 1,3-butadiene in ground state. In the presence of light, electron will jump from electronic transition takes place from lower energy level to higher energy level, or electron jumps from psi 2 to psi 3. And so one electron is moving from psi 2 to psi 3, and this is the electronic configuration in the excited state. In the excited state, psi 3 is the orbital occupied with electrons and having highest energy. So HOMO is psi 3 and LUMO is psi 4. In ground state, HOMO is psi 2 and LUMO is psi 3. In excited state, under photochemical conditions, psi 3 is HOMO and psi 4 are LUMO. You have to remember this. In thermal conditions and photochemical conditions, HOMO and LUMO will change. Again, now we shall write the molecular orbitals of allyl radical. In allyl radicals, there are 3 sp2 carbons, so there are 3 p orbitals which will participate in linear combination. So 3 molecular orbitals will be forming. They are psi 1, psi 2 and psi 3, and we know that psi 1 will have no nodes and psi 2 will have 1 node and psi 3 will have 2 nodes. And we also know the symmetric criteria. Always 1 and 3 molecular orbitals will be symmetric with respect to sigma, and psi 2 will be symmetric, or even numbered molecular orbital will be symmetric with respect to C2. And we shall apply our shortcut here. On odd numbered molecular orbitals, that is 1 and 3, same sign lobes will be on same side. So plus lobes are upwards here. Here plus lobes are upwards here on psi 1 and psi 3. In psi 2, that is even numbered molecular orbital, same sign lobe should be on opposite side. So plus is upward here and here plus is downward here. Now draw the middle p orbital satisfying the conditions of symmetry and as well as node. So we have fixed the end p orbitals here with positive lobes upside. Now middle p orbital we should draw in such a way that the number of nodes should be 0. So that is possible if we keep the upper lobe positive sign and bottom lobe negative sign. So the plus overlap here, so no node here, and again plus overlap here, no node. So number of nodes here are 0. And for psi 3, we have fixed the positive lobes on the terminal p orbitals as upwards. Now the middle p orbital should be given positive and negative sign, so that we should get 2 nodes. 2 nodes is possible when the overlap here will give rise to a node. So to give rise to a node, when here plus is there, this p orbital or middle p orbital should get minus. Then only plus minus overlap will lead to a node here, and again a minus plus overlap here also lead to a node. So to satisfy number of nodes and to satisfy the symmetric criteria, give the sign to middle p orbitals. So you try it for psi 2. For psi 2 it is optional. We can keep positive lobe either upwards or positive lobe downwards. Even if we keep positive lobe either upwards or downwards, we will get only 1 node. So I did not mention any sign for p orbital, middle p orbital. Psi 1, psi 2, psi 3, these psi 1, psi 2, psi 3 are the molecular orbitals of allyl radical, and psi 1 is with the lowest energy as it is having no node, and psi 3 is the highest energy as it has 2 nodes. Now allyl radical has 3 electrons, means 2 electrons from one pi bond and 1 electron from this free radical. So fill these 3 electrons in the pi molecular orbital. So fill 2 electrons in psi 1 and fill 1 electron in psi 2. Now in allyl radical, psi 2 is HOMO and this is unoccupied, so psi 3 is LUMO. Hello students, let us study FMO approach to predict the feasibility of electrocyclic reactions. In electrocyclic reactions, conjugated double bonded compounds will participate like 1,3-butadiene. In these conjugated pi double bonded compounds, pi bonds will undergo rearrangement to form cyclic compounds. In 1,3-butadiene, there are 2 pi bonds and 4 sp2 carbons. So, 4 unhybridized p orbitals are present. These 4 unhybridized p orbitals will undergo linear combination to form 4 molecular orbitals psi1, psi2, psi3 and psi4. In each molecular orbital, 4 p orbitals will be there. And we know that for 1,3-butadiene, psi2 is HOMO in ground state. So take psi2 of butadiene, it is shown here. This is psi2 of butadiene, and we know that for even numbered molecular orbital, the positive sign or same sign lobes will be on opposite direction on the end p orbitals or terminal p orbitals. It is here. The plus sign is above, and on the other end of the molecular orbital, plus sign is on bottom. So they are on the opposite side. Now a new sigma bond is to be formed on the ends of the terminal, like here the new sigma bond. Then this is the new sigma bond. This new sigma bond is forming between the ends of the pi system. So here also this orbital should overlap with this orbital, and in order to overlap these two orbitals has to be bent by 90 degrees, and when they are bending, they can bend in the same direction like clockwise or in opposite direction anti-clockwise. Let us consider by bending or rotating the p orbitals first in clockwise direction. Clockwise means bending both the orbitals by 90 degrees. You bend here or rotate the p orbital by 90 degrees, so the upward positive lobe will come inside the ring. In the same way, rotate this p orbital by 90 degrees. Now the upward minus lobe will come out of the ring and plus lobe will go inside. Now inside the ring, here we have 2 positive lobes. Plus overlap will lead to bonding condition and it is favorable. So under thermal condition, by Kohn rotation, bonding takes place. Now let us see what will happen by disrotation of the p orbitals. Here disrotation means rotate one orbital in clockwise direction. By clockwise rotation, the p orbital will move inside, and rotate this p orbital in anti-clockwise direction means rotate by this p lobe will come, minus lobe will come inside. So inside the cyclic system we have a plus lobe and minus lobe, and plus lobe and minus lobe will not lead to bonding condition, so bonding is not favorable by disrotation. So under thermal condition, only Kohn rotation will be allowed, whereas disrotation is not allowed and it is called as forbidden. Now let us see under photochemical reaction which type of rotation is favorable. Under photochemical reaction, you know that by the absorption of light, electronic transition takes place from higher energy level to next higher energy level. That is, electron jumps from psi2 HOMO to psi3. Now psi3 is HOMO. 3 is odd number. We know that for odd numbered molecular orbital, positive sign lobes will be on same side on end p orbitals. So here plus lobe is on upward, here also plus lobe is on upward, and this molecular orbital can be written like this. Now in order to form bond between the end carbons, this p lobe and this p orbital should overlap. For that overlap, again rotate in conwise and diswise. By conwise rotation, the upper p lobe will come inside. Here this positive lobe will go outside and negative lobe will come inside. So inside the ring we have plus lobe and minus lobe. Here plus lobe and minus lobe. So plus and minus will not lead to bonding. So the reaction do not takes place. So we call it as forbidden. Whereas by disrotation, what will happen? The rotate one p orbital in clockwise, by that this plus lobe will come inside, and on this p orbital rotate in anti-clockwise, so that this p lobe will come inside and minus will go outside, like this. So inside there are plus lobes. Plus lobes will overlap to form bonding molecular orbital, so bond will form and reaction will take place. So bonding is allowed by disrotation only under photochemical condition, whereas by con rotation bonding will not take place, so it is not allowed reaction, so it is forbidden reaction. So we can say that under thermal conditions only con rotation is allowed, under photochemical condition only disrotation is allowed. Here we are observing that under thermal conditions and photochemical conditions, rotational modes are different. Under thermal conditions, con-rotatory mode will give rise to bonding, and under photochemical conditions, disrotation is only allowed. So, under thermal and photochemical conditions, rotational modes are different. When the rotational modes are different, that leads to different stereochemistry in the product. So, we will get one stereochemistry product in one stereoisomer in thermal conditions, and we will get another stereoisomer in photochemical condition. So the products obtained in thermal and photochemical condition are complementary to one another. In this way we can explain whether a reaction is possible under thermal conditions and photochemical conditions, and we can also predict stereochemistry of the product. Dear students, in this video we will learn FMO approach to cycloaddition reactions. In cycloaddition reactions, two starting materials or two pi bonded compounds will be present. In these two pi bonded compounds will react to form cyclic compounds. The example for this is ethene molecule is reacting with another ethene molecule to form cyclobutane. Now we have, for considering FMO approach, we have to first consider the molecular orbitals of two ethene molecules which are participating in chemical reactions. For this, consider HOMO of one ethene and consider LUMO of another ethene. HOMO is highest occupied molecular orbital, so it is having electrons, and LUMO is lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, so it do not have electrons and it is vacant. So a filled orbital will react with a vacant orbital to form a bond. Likewise, we studied in inorganic chemistry, always a orbital with paired electrons will overlap with orbital with vacant or without electrons to form a bond. So consider HOMO of one alkene and LUMO of another alkene. HOMO of alkene is Psi1, that you know, and LUMO of ethene is Psi2. Now, HOMO of ethene is shown by green colored molecular orbital, and LUMO of ethene is shown by purple color molecular orbital. Now, in cycloaddition reaction, new sigma bond is forming between carbons of two ethenes. Like here, new sigma bond is formed. Here the new sigma bond is formed between the carbons of one ethene and the carbon of another ethene. So overlap of molecular orbital of one ethene should take place with the molecular orbital of another ethene. It is shown here. The overlap of one molecular orbital of one alkene is taking place with another alkene. Now here you observe that minus lobe is downwards here, and here also minus lobe is upwards, so they will interact or overlap to form bonding conditions. Whereas in case of other molecular orbital, for this molecular orbital the upper lobe is positive lobe, whereas here minus lobe is there. So plus and minus lobe will not overlap to form bonding condition. So overall bonding do not takes place when Psi1 of one ethene is reacting with Psi2. But whereas, so in order to form a bond, this lobe's interaction is not possible, whereas this lobe can interact with the lobe that is present on the other side of the pi system because both are positive. But such type of interaction of lobes with the opposite side is not feasible, so bonding do not takes place. And you observe here, for one pi system, the reacting lobes are plus minus are on the same side. So whenever the interacting lobes are on the same side, we call it as superficial S. And for this pi system, this lobe is interacting here, whereas this lobe cannot interact, but this lobe can interact. So interacting lobes are on the opposite side. So when the interacting lobes are on the opposite side, we call it as anterofacial. So always a superficial interaction will lead to bonding condition, but whereas anterofacial, when the overlap is between anterofacial and superficial, in such case new bond will not form and bonding do not takes place. So the reaction is not possible and we call it as forbidden. Let us see. So under thermal conditions, one ethene molecule do not react with another ethene molecule to form cyclobutane. So let us see whether this reaction is possible in photochemical conditions or not. We know that in photochemical condition, electron will jump from HOMO to next higher energy level. So take excited state molecular orbital of one alkene and take ground state LUMO of another alkene. So excited state HOMO of alkene is Psi2. Psi1 is general HOMO and Psi2 is excited state HOMO. And for another alkene, take ground state LUMO. Ground state LUMO is Psi2. Now draw the molecular orbitals Psi2 HOMO of one alkene and Psi2 LUMO of another alkene. It is shown that. So this is HOMO of one alkene and this is LUMO of another alkene. Both are Psi2 only, so both molecular orbitals will be represented in the same way. Now here, for forming new sigma bond, the molecular orbitals of one ethene should overlap with the molecular orbitals of another ethene. Now you see here this side plus overlap, so overlap, same sign lobe overlap is possible, so bonding takes place here. And for this side also same sign lobes are overlapping, so bonding again is possible. So and interacting lobes of this alkene are in the downward direction only, and interacting lobes of this alkene are in the same direction, that is upward only. Whenever the interacting lobes are on same side for both alkene, we call it as superficial interaction, and superficial overlap will lead to bonding. So bonding is allowed and the reaction is possible. So reaction takes place in photochemical condition, whereas reaction do not takes place in thermal condition. So this is a 2 pi electron system and this is a 2 pi electron system. Total are 4 pi electrons. For 4 pi electron system, photochemical reaction will take place, but the same reaction do not take place in thermal conditions. In this way we can explain whether cycloaddition reactions are possible or not under thermal and photochemical conditions. Let us learn FMO approach to sigmatropic reactions. In sigmatropic reactions, the sigma bond migrates from alpha position of the pi bonded system to another position. It is, you see here in the pi bonded system, like here, this first carbon is the alpha carbon and the group sigma bond is migrating from first carbon to third carbon. So whenever there is a migration of group from alpha position of the double bond to another position, we call such reactions are called as sigmatropic reactions. The sigma bond whichever is migrating start numbering from that carbon. So X is migrating, so start numbering to that carbon as 1 and remaining give the number 2 and 3. Sigma bond is migrating from first position to third position, so we call it as 1,3 sigmatropic shift. Now let us consider the FMO approach of sigmatropic reactions. For this, let us know some terminology, that is suprafacial and Intrafission. If the migrating groups remains on the same side of pi system, we call it as suprafacial overlap. And if the migrating group has to move to another side of the pi system, we call it as anterofacial overlap. And FMO assumes like this allyl substituted compound. To understand the FMO analysis for this compound, let us assume the homolysis of this allyl substituted compound. By homolysis, we will get allyl radical and X radical, and consider molecular orbitals of this allyl radical. For allyl radical, always homo of an alkene will participate in reactions. So homo of allyl radical is Psi2. Take Psi2 of allyl radical. It is drawn here. Psi2 is even numbered molecular orbital. For even number molecular orbital, this is Psi2 of allyl radical. For even numbered molecular orbital, plus sign lobes on the terminal p orbitals will be in opposite direction. So plus is upward here and plus is downward. Plus is downward here. Now this allyl radical is interacting with X radical, so it is shown with purple circle here. And for allyl radical, for this p orbital, the bottom lobe is having minus sign. So essentially this X radical lobe should have minus sign, then only the overlap will lead to bonding, and bonding will take place. So consider minus lobe of this X radical is interacting with allyl radical to form a bond. Now in order for the reaction, sigmatropic reaction to take place, this purple lobe should move from one position to third position. So move the purple lobe from one end of the molecular orbital to another end of the molecular orbital. So when it is moving, the minus lobe is moving from one end to another end, but it is facing, it has to interact with positive lobe. So this interaction is not possible, so bonding do not take place. But if at all this purple lobe will move to other side of the pi system, then bonding is possible. Whenever the group is migrating to other side, we call it as intrafacial, but the intrafacial is not possible because it requires rotation of the bond. So bonding do not take place under thermal conditions. So 1,3 sigmatropic shift is not possible under thermal condition. It is not feasible. Now let us check is it possible in photochemical condition. Under photochemical condition, you know that electron excites from HOMO to next energy level. So electron will move in allyl radical from Psi2 to Psi3. Now the HOMO in allyl radical is in the presence of light is Psi3. Draw Psi3. Psi3 is odd numbered molecular orbital. For odd numbered molecular orbital, plus sign lobes will be on same side on the end p orbitals. So this is the Psi3 molecular orbital of allyl radical. Now it is for forming this allyl substituted product, it has to react with another X group that is shown by a circle here. Now essentially to form a bond between the allyl radical and this group, to form a bond, this allyl radical is having negative lobe downward, so this lobe, this group X group should also have minus sign lobe facing towards the molecular orbital. Now for sigmatropic shift, this group should migrate from here to here. So minus lobe orbital is moving from here to here. Again it is facing, it has to interact again with only minus lobe molecular orbital. So that interaction is possible and bonding will take place. So it is called as allowed reaction. So under photochemical reaction, this reaction will take place, whereas in thermal condition this reaction do not take place. So sigmatropic reactions are allowed reactions. In photochemical condition, in the presence of heat, these reactions do not take place. So FMO can explain whether sigmatropic reactions are also possible or not in the presence of heat and by irradiation of light also. Thank you.